All right. Thank you so much for finding time to join us here today. So,
Yeah, thank you
uh,
very much.
um, based on the new arrangements, we have decided to start with the mobile data collection and data
Okay.
management using CommCare.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay then.
So, just in a brief, this is what we will cover. We're going to look at
Okay.
so. Uh,
Yeah.
Ideally, the course is supposed to go for 10 days. Within 10 days,
Mm.
with a rate of 4 hours a day, you should be able to be done with the course within 10 days. But it will also depend with your technical expertise level.
Mm.
Uh, for you, I believe it's not the first time. So
Yeah.
don't worry if some concepts will be repeating. Where you feel that you're already well in terms of capacity, you can always inform me
Mm.
to move to the next module or to the next
Yeah.
unit.
Okay. Mm.
All right. So at the end of this, it's a technical course. So it's all about acquiring of skills and techniques and strategies in terms of mobile data collection using the CommCare platform. So CommCare on its own is very popular, especially in healthcare settings or the health program settings, because of its robust capability to be able to perform longitudinal research or longitudinal data management. All right. This has to do,
Yes.
when we talk about longitudinal, it's all about case management. Okay, so
Yes.
it's well built around case management. Although it's still able to be used as a normal data collection tool, just like ODK and Kobo, but it also goes beyond that. And then, of course, after your forms are ready, it has the capability to package it into an application.
Yeah.
All right. So, like it is a case with all mobile data collection,
Mm.
you need at least components. All right.
Yeah.
So, just give me a minute. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, we usually have three components. Okay. So, don't worry. This is just a quick brush. I won't spend time on this.
Okay.
Uh, all right. So, we have CommCare HQ. Let me start maybe with CommCare
Mm.
HQ. All right. So this is a cloud platform. All right. I'll just call it online server. All right. What does it do? Majorly, it's used to design. It's used to design your forms. It's used to store your forms. Uh, and also say form and data. Okay. And then we have the CommCare form builder. We have the CommCare app. Okay. So the form builder here, it's also in two. You have the online one And of course, you can export, right? You can export an existing app, right? Yeah, so under form builder, you don't need to start from scratch. You can start from scratch using the online form builder, but if you already have some other form that was built within CommCare, you can export it, right? And it will be able to bring whatever you had configured and be able to. So let me just maybe do some little bit of visuals. So that is our CommCare HQ, right? So it is a platform. It is a space that you are given by CommCare. Now, just some slight notes. CommCare is an application that was built and is being maintained by the DMAGI, all right? So DMAGI is a team that is responsible for CommCare. DMAGI happens to be, right? So one of their products is this CommCare platform, right? And it's meant to really do research management, all right? Now, when it comes to research, research is a tool, all right? It's a tool. You can use it in healthcare settings or health settings. And that is why we find it a very suitable tool for mobile data collection in relation to health programs and projects. All right? So most healthcare projects are similar in their workflows. And CommCare happens to really be able, it helps us to mimic that through customization and automation of the healthcare or health program workflows. All right. So on its own, it has been specialized in that manner. Okay. Although you can still use it for other things. All right. You can still use it for other things, but in matters to do with case management where you are tracking, you want to be working with CommCare because it's robust. These other platforms have the same thing that is case management, but it's not quite straightforward and easy as the way it has been configured inside CommCare. Right?
Please, may I ask a question,
Yes.
if you don't mind? Like in AppSheet,
Mm-hmm.
AppSheet comes with the Google Sheet
Yes.
as its own back end. It
Yes.
also has its own AppSheet database, which it does comes with, but it has a
Mm,
maximum number of cells it can actually take for the Google
mm,
Sheet. Google
mm,
Sheet is a maximum of 2 million cells.
mm,
Then for the database, I think it has a maximum of about how many thousand records it can take.
mm-hmm,
So I'm just trying to ask the possibility anyway. So what I did was that
mm,
I I I synchronized. I created an SQL data. I used my SQL
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
to create a database
mm,
and synced it with
mm,
the front end, AppSheet front end. Though for
mm,
the controls,
mm-hmm,
it was the expressions I used for this thing. So I wanted to ask, is it possible? I'm
mm,
just going to at this stage to use the forms, which is the front end
mm,
for CommCare
mm-hmm,
to sync to use SQL as your database instead of the default database for CommCare.
mm. Yes, it's a very good question. It's a nice question. Now, CommCare on its own, it has the features that make it CommCare. All right.
Mm,
And just like any other data or research management tool, it
mm.
also apart from the form, you need to talk. We have the database side. All right.
Yeah,
So
okay.
CommCare, CommCare on its own allows you to integrate CommCare data to other platforms.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. Google is compatible with all the platforms that I have come across so far.
Yeah.
All right. And even for the maybe the few platforms that might maybe have some issue with integration, it's matter of just writing some custom code and be able to use data integration technologies. We have data integration technologies. These ones are usually at an advanced level, like how do you transfer or migrate data from one platform to the other? What technologies are we using? We have APIs, we have REST, all right? We have platforms like Post, all right? All this is just API technology. And we even have custom made, all right? We have custom made that help us in the automation in terms of triggers and all those. All this is database technology, okay? So if you are looking to have or to link it directly to your database, yes, that one can also be done. All right.
Okay.
And if you are conversant with OpenHDS, right? We'll
With
OpenHDS.
okay, okay, okay.
All right. It's one of the platforms that we use, especially in terms of integration. It's very good for integration, right? And if you're also working with HMIS, all right? Yes, Health Management Information Systems. You are able to decide or to configure how you want your data to be shared between the different platforms.
Okay.
All right. So you can have CommCare here. All right. So your data will be in here in CommCare, and then you have your database here, your SQL. All right. So direct integration like this currently is not supported.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
I get now.
Yes.
I get to understand.
But you can do a direct if you are getting this maybe into something like Google Sheets, something like Power BI. And these days, Power BI also it supports data storage, right?
It
So
does see. Okay.
yes. So you have something like Fabric, Microsoft Fabric.
Fabric, yes.
Yes. So Fabric has advanced tools that help you manage how data is shared or how data is transferred from point A to point B. Now, in here, when it comes to integration, how do I call it? For lack of a better name, it's not ready-made. You have to do some configuration, some custom configuration, because it needs to understand, yes, the data is coming from CommCare and where is it going to, right? So one of the platforms that we can use in here, that is a process or something, is OpenHDS. Okay. Now, OpenHDS on its own, and there are other platforms that are also similar to OpenHDS. Okay. But OpenHDS helps you to mimic your workflows. At what time, at what, we call them triggers. At what point should the data move? So those are the different workflows we are talking about. All right. So entirely on its
Yeah.
own, it's not free, although it will give you like maybe 14, is it 14 or 30 days to try it out and to try the configuration. But if you want an elaborate configuration, there's some, okay, let me say something about data services these days. These days, we have platforms that help us manage data. And the data service realm or data technology realm has really grown very fast, especially with the advent of artificial intelligence. People are realizing the importance of data, and they are realizing that the new gold is in data. That's why you are seeing that we are having a rush about, data protection policies, things like that, like cybersecurity and all that. And they call it data engineering or data science. It's one and the same thing. So yes, there's that rush in there. And with it, it has come with a lot of tools, equipments, and technologies to help in that process.
So, all right. Can I ask a question? Just digressing, just to
Yes, please.
digress.
Yes, please.
You just spoke of something. I think it triggered something else.
Mm,
Data is a new goal, actually. It's even becoming the diamond.
yes,
Yeah. Um, given cybersecurity and data analytics,
yes.
which covers both data science or data engineering, whatever it is,
Mm.
which is the most scalable, right? Or they maintain their own parallel strengths.
Now,
That's in your own opinion.
when you talk about cybersecurity, it's broad, right? Cyber
Yeah.
is broad. It will depend with which tools you are using, which technologies you are using. Technologies are actually platforms, all right? So you'll still have, okay, the most the most easiest one that you know about cybersecurity is email safety protocols, SSL, TSL, all right? That is cybersecurity, but that's under telecommunications. Now, when you come to also social media, we have it. When you come to data, you have it. Now, if you are going to be working with any platform that requires transmission of data, then you need to understand the data protection protocol for data and how it aligns with cybersecurity. All right. Now, for most platforms, we talk about when you're talking about cybersecurity. Now, data is a product. Okay, data is a
I'm
product.
with you.
Yes. So when you're talking about cybersecurity, you have a component about the product, the product security, that is the data security, and then cybersecurity. It refers now to the technology. How secure is the technology? And this has to do with cloud. When you talk about cyber, it's cloud. So as your data is moving from point A to point B using the internet technology, now that encompasses cyber security. But under cyber security, it is broken down into the different components. For our case, we are going to just look at data security and data protection, because the CommCare is already GDPR compliant and HIPAA compliant. All right. So when you hear these terms, GDPR refers to how your data is stored, how it's transmitted, and as these processes are happening, they are standardized. All right. They are following the most secure protocols that we have. Right? So for health systems, most of the time you will look at HIPAA, and this HIPAA, for those who practice telemedicine, all right, you'll hear about it most of the time. right? So it refers to the systems. You cannot just use any system. The system needs to be robust. Now, unfortunately, when you talk about data protection, it's not something that you can just dedicate to a system or maybe to a person. It's a culture. All right, a culture of data protection. So yes, it's good to ensure that your platforms can handle some of this. All right, it's better to be safe than to be careless. So that's why, as you are procuring your systems, you need to make sure that they are GDPR and HIPAA compliant. What do we mean by GDPR? Okay, or HIPAA compliant, or just maybe let me just use an umbrella name for data protection. Now, as you're accessing your data, how secure are you doing it? Or is it that maybe everybody can access it? For example, okay, I have a portal here. I have a platform here. Where do we go to? Let me access one maybe from here. Right, you can see this. Okay, so being able just to go directly into this system here. This system is hosting my data, right? Now, the first thing that you can see here, it's uncontrolled. Direct access into this resource.
Yeah. Sorry, please, can you maximize your screen? I can't see fully.
Oh, I maximize. I think you should do it from your side.
Oh, okay. Just a moment.
Yeah, you can minimize the other.
Okay, no problem. It's fine.
Is it better now?
It's fine. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, if you're doing auditing, system auditing, also in cybersecurity, we have something on system auditing, right? Just making sure the systems and the tools that you are using are secure. Now, during data collection, we are expecting that the platform that we are using to collect data has some form of control. We're expecting it to have a username. Like, for example, I'll switch maybe to... Oh. Okay, well, do I need to log it out again? But you understand. For me to access this, I had to log in. Okay, this is CommCare HQ, all right? This is CommCare HQ. For you to access CommCare HQ, you first need to have logged in. Okay, you can log in and you can log out. So that capacity of you, or that feature of you being able to log in or log out, is one of the security features. All right. So you can see if I don't have the access credential for CommCare, then I won't be able to access CommCare, any data that is inside this CommCare server. But you saw on this other platform here, all right, I was able to access this, and I can even come here and access other components and data. All right. So first line of defense is that you should be able to define who can access this, who has access to this data. Like maybe, let's say for this one here, project management. Okay. We can maybe talk of task and scheduling. Okay. So if I was auditing this system, then I'll say that we have some gaps. Okay. We have gaps because up to this point, I've been able to access this data without any form of restriction. While this might be good maybe for public data, For private data, right, or for internal data, this is considered as high risk, right? And that is why you'll see there's usually a struggle between internal data security and other systems that help us in terms of sharing or information on knowledge management. So we are also even pushing that also for knowledge management, data users need to know when data security is being compromised, right? But as an organization, you can also enforce that, right? Now, when you come to this point, up to this part here, Power BI now takes over, all right? Now, from this Power BI, this report here, you can enforce data security. Currently, you can see this tool here. This one, it's coming from Power BI. How do I know this? Because of that here, and it's also because I'm the one who's yes. But within Power BI, I can enforce data protection policies by making sure before you access this dashboard that it prompts you to sign in.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it prompts you to sign in so that you have controlled access to your data. Right? So I'm using this is Google Sites. Google Sites is like SharePoint sites. And it's like what you already have with your is it AppSheet. Okay. But it's more of knowledge management and information management. The beauty about it is that just like SharePoint, it allows you to integrate all other technologies. It doesn't care how different your technology is. If your data or your technology or your platform is able to talk data integration is the same all over. Like this one here has been embedded, right? So here it has been embedded, whereby we are just projecting a Power BI dashboard directly to this interface here. Okay, embed here. So you can see, you can embed by URL or you can embed by a code. An embed code, yes. Okay, now you remember you've been having challenges on deciding how well you can share your different applications, right? So this is a great way of doing it. And what this does, so you have your CommCare, you have your Power BI. Just a minute. There. So we've said, number one, controlled access. Okay. So even just number one, make sure that the applications that you are using in your healthcare systems are GDPR, and HIPAA compliant.
HIPAA.
Okay. Now, a standard GDPR and HIPAA compliant is that controlled access through what? Through username and password. Yes, I'm keeping it simple. I don't want to talk about the IT terminologies. Username and password. All right. Number two, for this, is APIs. Okay. Let me just maybe. Okay. Up to there? Yes. So here is in terms of how it's accessed, and here it's in terms of how it's transmitted, how data is transmitted. So API is a secure way of transmitting your data. So API allows only for authorized transmission. All right. Yes. So, and also under API, you have what we call tokens. So tokens is one of the way we secure. If you've ever done things like encryption, so APIs also have those tokens. Those tokens help you to encrypt your data during transmission. All right. Yes. Yes. So yes, that is it. As we continue, I'll continue explaining this. So CommCare. So CommCare on its own, like we have seen, in here is where you're going to have your forms, and also you're going to have your data. Okay. And this data is also securely accessed, the forms and also the data sets themselves also. All right. Now, the second thing is your form builder, and then the CommCare app. So for the CommCare app, we have two ways, or two of them. You have the web, all right, and we have